Hi everyone, so today I want to show you this card, and I'm calling it a 6x6 double pop-up panel card, for want of a better name. I've got a bit plain on the front because it's quite busy. You've got space, I'm letting you see what it looks like. Got space to write on the back, and then when you open it up, you've got these beautiful two lots of like panels, cascading panels, I don't quite know what you call it. So obviously it stands up nicely on your desk like that, or your mantelpiece or whatever. It displays nicely, got lots of space to write. You can put different things in there if you want to. So yeah, so that's the card we're doing today. The papers I've used today are my new Spring Flowers pack, which is available on my Etsy store. Excuse the noise of the motor outside. It's available on my Etsy store, so if you go to icedimages.etsy.com, that will take you through to the shop, and you'll see the Golden Flora pack in there, as well as this Spring Flowers pack. So it's a digital pack. You can download it and print it off yourself. So yeah, so that's what I've used on the front and also on the inside there. So there you go. So these dies are from CocoRosaStudio.com, and if you use my code ICED20, you'll get 20% off your order. If you go over to their website, all the details for all of this is down in the description below. I'll also put some information on screen as well. So yeah, so that's the card for today. So let's get into it. Okay, so for this card, you're going to need a few different pieces. Now, I haven't gone with mats for this one. You can put mats in if you want to, but I just think it's going to make it a little bit too wodgy if you do them. I did a live stream and I did use mats for certain parts of the card, so you can do that if you want to. For this one, I'm literally just using patterns and base card. So for your main base card, you're going to need a piece that's 6x12. And along the long edge, you're going to score at 3 inches, at 6 inches, and at 9 inches. Okay, so that's your main card base done. You're also going to need the pieces that make the little boxes. So you've got quite a lot here. So starting from the biggest up, well down, you're going to need 2 pieces that are 3 inches by 4.5. And you want to score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and then on the other end 1/2 inch. So basically on this one, it's going to be 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and then on the other end, it's going to be at 4 inches because it's 1/2 inch in. So you can do the same on this one. The next down is going to be 2.5 by 4 inches. So along the 4-inch edge, you want to score at 1/2 inch at 1 inches, and then at 3.5. The next one down is 2 inches by 3.5 inches. So you're going to score 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and then 3. The next one down is 1.5 inches by 3 inches. And along the long edge, you're going to score 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 2.5. And last but not least, you have 2 pieces that are 1 inch by 2.5. And along the long edge, you're going to score 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and then at 2 inches. Okay, so that's all your scoring done. So then what you want to do with all of these pieces, you're going to put tape, red tape, on either end of your, so either the tabs on either end, not this middle one, just the 2 end tabs. If you want to use wet glue, you can, but I'm going to use red tape just for just so it's definitely stuck straight away. So I'm going to go ahead and just literally tape all of these just on the 2 end tabs. Okay, so once you've done that, you should end up with them all nicely taped up like that. So then what you want to do is you're going to mounting fold all of your pieces. So all your pieces should end up looking like that. So they're all that way around, okay? So once you've done that, you can put that to one side for the moment. We'll come back to those in a moment. You come back to your main base piece, and basically you're going to have the sides are going to fold in like a gatefold. And one thing I would say with this card is do not go too thick with your card. I was going to make those little boxy bits out of this same card, but this card is actually like a 300 and something card GSM, and it's really quite thick. And so I knew I was going to struggle because you're going to have quite a lot of wodge. So these are actually about a 230, 220, something like that. So they're not quite so bad. So you've got a gatefold there, so you've got 2 valley, and then this is going to be a mountain in the middle. So you should end up with that. So you got like a zigzag. Mine's got a bit weird in the middle there because it didn't want to fold because it's so thick, this card, that even though I'd scored it, it was arguing with me. Right, so before we start sticking boxes in, we just need to sort out parts of the inside. So you're going to need, for the outside, and as I said, it depends whether you want to put mats in. I'm not doing mats. So for my outside, for the front layer, you need 2 pieces that are 2 3/4 by 5 3/4, and they're going to go on the front like that. Now, for me, I feel like it does need a mat, but I don't want to make it any more bulky than it already is. So I'm going to leave the mat off, I think, because I just think we're going to run into troubles otherwise. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. So that's the outside, and then on the inside you just want to do these 2 for now. So these 2 are the same size again, so these are going to be 2 3/4 by 5 3/4, and they're going to go there and there. So you should end up with that's your front cover, that's your inside. If you are going to do a mat, I would just do it on that front section. I wouldn't do it on the inside because you'll see in a minute, you're going to end up with a lot of bulk on the inside. So what we're going to do now is, let's just get these little boxes to one side. We're going to take 2 of the 2 largest boxes, and what you want to do is you're going to take so you've got your little box and you've got one side with 1 tab and the other side's got 2 sections, a tab and then a side. Okay, so you want to go with the side that's got the 1 tab, and we're going to put that on this side here. In fact, we're going to put it at the bottom here because on my sample I put my boxes at the top, but I think I want to put them at the bottom. I want to do them this side like that. So we're going to take the backing off of this, and I'm going to take it all off in one go. And then what we're going to do with it flat like that, so this is mountain folded, you're going to budge that right up into that corner there like that. Make sure it's flat along the bottom, and with it right butted up into that corner, into that crease, you're then going to fold the gatefold over the top onto it like that. Okay, and so that gives you that. Now, well, I've done this twice now, so I've done it where I stick this box in, then do the next one, or I've done them where you layer them up. I think I am going to just do them one by one because I think that's easier. It just avoids confusion. So we're going to take the backing off of here like that. We're going to fold it along that second line like that, and then we're going to stick the whole thing down. So you do need to make sure you're definitely folding it along that second line. We're going to stick the whole thing down flat. Now this bit sticks out, but you should see when you open it, that should sort of come right up to the score line. Now mine goes over slightly, but it doesn't matter because I know it folds flat, so that's the main thing. So as long as it folds flat, that's the main thing to think about. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and add your pattern panel on here. If you want to add your pattern panels on first before you start, you can. And in fact, I might do that with the rest of my panels, actually thinking about it. So I'm going to be using this light colour for this. So I've done 2 different colours of pattern paper. I've got the dark brown and I've got the white base. So I'm going to alternate them. This is another reason why I was going to do it as I go. But what I might do is I'm going to stick them down and then stick the boxes in. I just know that if I just leave it all, I'm probably going to end up sticking the wrong colour on the wrong box. Okay, so that one's stuck in. So the next one along is the next smallest. So for this one, in fact, no, it's not. I've got the wrong one. It's this one here. This is what I was saying. I don't want to get muddled up. So I'm going to make sure that the one tab is on the left and the two tabs are on the right. And then I'm going to take my next smallest piece of pattern paper, which is this. I'm going to stick that on the front there, and then we're going to stick it into the card. So with the one tab on the left, we'll take that backing off. And then we're just going to take this, I'm going to butt this right up against there, so that edge goes right up into that corner, like that. Now you need to make sure when you're doing your tape, you need to make sure your tape goes right up against the creased edge, because otherwise when you come to do this bit, you could end up with this dipping in between this box and that card down that corner. So you do want to make sure you don't, you put your tape right up. So you want to make sure it goes right up against that edge and it's central top and bottom, and then you're literally going to close your gate fold on it, making sure that's still straight, hasn't gone wonky. So it ends up like that. And then we're going to take the backing off of here. Going to fold it along that second line and then fold the whole thing down flat. Now these should all line up along this edge, okay? And when you open it up, you have a little bit of a border. Now it's a bit of a waste of pattern paper, but I do feel like it does need it. If you wanted to as well, you could, if you're really, really adventurous, you could cut apertures in the front of all these and almost have like a shadow box. So you could have a shadow box there and a shadow box there. So that's something to think about. It is a bit more adventurous, but it is something you could do. I'm just going to put these to one side on here so I don't get muddled up with what goes where. So that's that one, that's that one. Then we're going to take the next size down, and again I'm going to go ahead and stick the pattern paper on. And then again we're going to make sure we've got the one tab on the left, and the one with two sides needs to be on the right. And then we're going to do the same again. So that's going to butt right up against there like that. And then we're just going to slowly close it into place. You just need to make sure, as I say, it doesn't dip down. And then again, take this backing off here. Fold it along that second score line and fold the whole thing flat, and you end up with your third one on. So now we're going to go for the fourth. I'm going to do the fourth and the fifth, stick the patterns down. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do the same again. So just take off the backing off the side that's got the one piece. That's going to go right up against that edge there, and then we're going to very carefully close the gatefold on it, and then take the backing off the second side, fold it along that second edge like that, and shut the whole thing up. So then you've got that, and then last but not least, just need to make sure, oh, I've done this upside down. This is another reason why I wanted to do it the other way, but anyway. So my little flower's upside down now, but never mind. So that's going to go across there like that. I'm going to close this on it there like that, and then take the backing off, fold along that second score line, and then, as I said, stick it all flat. So you should end up with that. Okay, so that's quite impressive, and that's going to go there. So now we've done that, I can go ahead and stick this piece in here. So that is going to go in there like that, and this is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and it should nicely fit in there. Okay, so that's that side done. So now I'm going to go ahead and stick this piece in the bottom here before I do the top boxes. Okay, so that gives you that. So now I'm going to learn by my mistakes that I made down here, and I'm just going to go ahead now and just stick all my pattern pieces onto my other boxes that will then go up there. Okay, so I've done all of my boxes. So if we bring our card back in again. So this time the one tab needs to be on the right and the two sections need to be on the left. So we're just going to take off the backing off of our tape. And then we're going to lay it flat and butt it up against that crease, and also make sure that it's kind of not, you know, that it's literally butted up against that one below. You might find, like I have here, that it's slightly, ever so slightly taller than your card. If it bothers you, then trim it down before you stick it in. It doesn't really bother me because it's not too much above it. I might, yeah, so this is the only one that's going to be too big. So if it is too big, if you know, it really does bother you, then just trim it down first. So then we've taken the backing off the second bit and fold along that second line, and then we're going to take the whole gatefold and we're going to fold it down and stick it down flat. Now you have to be careful because obviously this is in the way, but you should end up, so then you can see the start of our boxes. So it is, yeah, no, it's not that bad actually. So then we're going to take the next one along, and again making sure the single tab is on the right and the two sections are on the left. We're going to take the tape off of the right hand side. We're going to make sure that that edge butts right up against that corner there where the crease is. Make sure it's central, top and bottom. Keep it in position and stick it down. And then we're going to peel the backing off of this second section, fold along the second line, fold the whole thing down flat, and these should all nicely line up. Then we're going to keep on going with all the rest of the other three boxes that are remaining. So again, just butt it right up into that corner there, fold the whole thing down flat, stick it down, take the backing off of this piece here, fold along that second line, fold the whole thing down flat, and as you can see, you're starting to get that thing together. So we're going to carry on with this one here. Take the backing off of the side, line it up, make sure that butts right up against that edge. When you're happy it's kind of where it should be, just press it down. This is why you really do need to make sure that when you put your tape on, it's right up against that crease line, because then there's no way that it's going to dip down. And this is another reason why I don't use wet glue for this, because while if it's not completely dry, you've got the possibility that that's going to, you know, dip down and then it'll be wonky. So we're going to fold on that second line, fold it shut, and there it is, and then do the same on this one. Butt it up against that edge, make sure it's nice and straight, and stick it down. Take the backing off the second one, fold on the second line, fold it all down flat, and there we have it. So there we have our boxes all stuck in. So it's really quite nice. So I'm going to go ahead now, I'm just going to decorate it up. So I want to put a happy here and a birthday here. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And then on the back, so when it folds down, just make sure, obviously you fold it down, it's going to fold down like that. Okay, so when it folds, because it does kind of cross over, so obviously you want to make sure when you fold it down, you fold it down flat, so that will fit in an envelope for a 6x6 card. If you wanted to, you could do it this way. And if you do it this way, it's going to measure 6 inches by 3.5. Yeah, 6 inches by 3.5. So if you want to do it that way, you can. So that would then fit in a 6x4 envelope. Obviously, you've got a little bit more wodge if you do it that way, but you can do it that way. That's perfectly fine as well. I'm going to do mine like this, so it fits in a 6x6. Still wodgy, but yeah. So on the back, what we're going to do, this is where you're going to write. So you're just going to need to put 2 white pieces on the back that are the same size as your front, so 2 3/4 by 5 3/4, and that will be where you write. So I'm going to go ahead now, find some decorations, and I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, so I've got a happy and a birthday. These dies were from, I'm pretty sure these are the Coco Studio dies. So you can use my code ICED20, which will get you 20% off over on cocorosa.com, cocorosastudio.com. I'm going to put these on, and I'm going to put them on going across like this. Now these were pre-cut. That lilac isn't quite right, but I actually don't mind it because it kind of goes with the lilac in the little ditzy flower there. It's about the same as that, so I actually don't mind it. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. So I've decided to add a few little sprinkles on the front. I'm not going to put a greeting on the front, I don't think. I'm going to leave the greeting for the inside, but I'm just going to put a few little sprinkles on the front. So I'm using these from Lucy Abrams' shop. I'm not sure what colour these are, but they're like well, you know what they're called. They're like an apricot-y kind of colour, and they're sequins. They're very cute. And then I'm also going to use the Canary Sequin Mix, also from Lucy Abrams' shop. It's like a yellow. And then I'm also using these, which are Sprinkles Starshine Circles. And they've got this lovely iridescence. I'm going to use those as well. So I've just got a few out on my desk, as you can probably see. So I'm going to go ahead now and just add those on to the front of my card. Okay, so I've just added a few little sparkles on the front. I probably will add a greeting later, I expect. If I can find one that I think fits, then I probably will. But anyway, so that's that. And then when you open it up, you've got your happy birthday and you've got your boxes. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And yeah, leave a comment down below. And I will see you again next time. Bye.